All right. This is my third time recording this because profanity entered the first two. So I'm going to do my best not to do that. Sean Payton, uh, the Jets' hate has been expected. It's been even more than expected this offseason, right? From these talking heads, these idiots. And I've pretty much stayed out of the reaction video that gives them more airtime than they deserve for the most part this offseason. Tried to do that. But this is coming from a current NFL coach who's on our schedule within the first 4 games of the season, just shooting strays randomly at another team. It is pretty unprofessional. So here was Sean Payton talking about, why the Denver Broncos were unsuccessful last year in Nathaniel Hackett's coaching job. Quote, "It doesn't happen often where an NFL team or organization gets embarrassed," unquote, Payton said. Quote, "And that happened here. Part of it was their own fault relative to spending so much effing time trying to win the offseason. The PR, the pomp, and the circumstance, marching people around and all this stuff." Payton goes on to say, "We're not doing any of that. The Jets did that this year. You watch. Hard Knocks. All of it. I can see it coming. Remember when Dan Snyder put that dream team together in 2000? I thought, how can we beat this team? How are we going to compete with them? Deion Sanders is there now. That team won 8 games or whatever. So listen, just put the work in." What? First of all, the Jets didn't want Hard Knocks. They pretty much begged and pleaded the NFL and HBO not to do it. Not to do it. He knows that. Sean Payton knows that. And look, Nathaniel Hackett's coaching job was an utter disgrace towards an Adam Gase level. It was. That's why he's not a head coach. In fact, he's not even really an offensive coordinator. He's an offensive coordinator the same way that Adam Gase was in Denver, the same way that Byron Leftwich was in Tampa Bay. Okay, he's got the same role he did in Green Bay in 2020 and 2021, where he's basically a glorified offensive assistant. And the idea that the Jets have put together this dream team, they added a quarterback. Let's list out the Jets, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 best players besides Aaron Rodgers. Quinnen Williams, homegrown, they drafted him. Sauce Gardner, they drafted him. Garrett Wilson, they drafted him. ABT, they drafted him. Breece Hall, they drafted him. DJ Reed. DJ Reed is not a dream team signing. Most casual NFL fans don't know who DJ Reed is. The dream team corner, it would be the Dolphins trading for Jalen Ramsey, who got hurt, and I hope he's okay. You never want to see camp injuries from any team, even ones that you hate. But this narrative is insane, and I'm not predicting the Jets to win the Super Bowl, but the idea that they've just hodgepodge together a mishmash of big-name free agent signings and haven't built this through an incredible draft class. I haven't even mentioned Jermaine Johnson. Haven't even mentioned Michael Clemens. Haven't mentioned Jeremy Ruckert, who should play big roles this season. Tony Adams, Jamie and Sherwood, Joe Tittman. Robert Saleh said, "We must be doing something right when you got to talk about us and we don't even play until week 4. All the Jets have done is put together a team that they feel like can compete, shut their mouths. They put in the work. Sean Payton's talking about putting in the work. Bro, you haven't even been in the league in a couple of years. You haven't even played a game. You haven't even coached a game as a Denver Bronco. Aaron Rodgers is at OTAs. The Jets have had more practices than any team in the NFL so far. What the hell work are you talking about? What an idiot. I hope we scrape them in week 4. Good luck with Russell Wilson, who maybe wasn't even Zach Wilson wasn't even the worst Wilson quarterback in the NFL by a lot of numbers last year. By a lot of numbers, Russell Wilson was worse. And good luck with Let's Ride. We're going to beat their ass. And I'm not saying the Jets, I'm not giving them their trophy. I'm not saying Robert Saleh is Vince Lombardi, but Robert Saleh is an authentic players coach who is nothing but respectful. And that stray, because that's where you're firing it towards. You're firing it towards Robert Saleh. And you can go to hell.